Okay. Reggie, thanks for joining me again today. Hope everything's going good with you.
Oh yeah, everything's good. Everything's good. What up, First Family? How you guys doing today? Well, we're coming back at y'all quick today. John hit me up again and said, let's do another one. So you know when John want to work, let's knock it out.
Yeah.
So how's everybody doing? First of all, I want to talk to my boy James. I tried to call you earlier just to let you know. A couple of people hit me up about that your family's kind of taking it hard because of this KOV-19 stuff. Because the coronavirus, as we call it, that's kind of attacked your family. So prayers for you and hope y'all stay strong and everybody that's still sick with it and your family gets better. And I see Gangster Chronicles.
This call is from a federal prison.
Platt sent. I'm sure it was during the days when I was out. As for that time period. But congratulations to the team, Gangster Chronicles, for receiving their first, I guess, platinum plat or whatever. How that work, John?
I have no idea.
You never got a plat from YouTube?
Oh, from YouTube, yeah. It's if you get 100,000 subscribers, you get a plaque from YouTube, which
okay.
we haven't gotten there yet. Gangster Chronicles blew past us, so.
Okay. Well, cool. Congratulations to the team for that achievement. And my boy Thomas Carter, appreciate that. I got that. And my boy Lamar, appreciate you, man, all the time. Much respect. And let's go ahead and get it started with some questions.
Okay. Before we get into that, I just wanted to make sure that you got my email about the guy who sent you the money on your books was through Art of Dialogue. It was somebody he knew that shot.
Yeah, the Mighty Bolton.
Yeah,
Mighty Bolton.
Mighty
Yeah.
Bolton.
Appreciate that, Art of Dialogue. I kind of figured it was you. I kind of thought about it. I meant to say it during the stream, but I wasn't 100% sure. For some reason, I remembered your name was Mighty Bolton when I was thinking about it, and I just forgot to say it. That I was pretty like 50-50 that it was you.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, Art, man, appreciate you, man. I know you're just a struggling YouTuber like we all are. So for you to take your time out to do that and look out for your boy, much respect, man.
Yeah.
I hope you don't take Nancy in a negative way. Because I know as an interviewer, we all can get duped.
Yeah.
And I hope that's how it's been taken, and not that I was sitting on your content. Because as I always tell you, whenever needed an editor did this, you'll be my guy. Because you be knowing where the videos are to match up to what people be saying.
Yeah.
Nobody got you on that. So
yeah.
Respect the Art of Dialogue in your channel.
Yeah. And as an interviewer, all he can do is interview. There's no way he can control what the person says, So if they're exaggerating the truth, that's on them and not on him. So, but yeah, so it's I should have brought it up on the last show, but I didn't. So it's been 1 year since the Nipsey passing. I didn't know if you've heard anything in there as far as how he affected people, but out here there's been a good amount of social media posts from celebrities and rappers and stuff just saying, crazy that it's already been a year. So wanted to get your take on that.
I was thumbing through a book actually on March the 31st. It has slipped by me. I knew it was in March. I thought about it earlier in March.
Uh-huh.
But it has slipped by my mind. But I was happily looking through a book that my boy Thomas had sent me. Lamar had sent me from Philly. And in there, somebody, it was one of those magazines, the girly magazine, I forget the name of it. Need to stop looking at the pictures and read something. But anyway, and they had a page dedicated to Nipsey, and on there it had rest in peace, FFA, March the 31st. And that made me go and say, wow, Nipsey passed away a year ago today. Nobody in here knew that. I went and questioned everybody in here, saying, hey, what happened a year ago today? Mm-hmm. And once I said it, everybody was like, wow. So I'm about to hate. And y'all wanted to compare him to Tupac. Bet you everybody could tell me what day Tupac died.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that y'all didn't know that that Nipsey died on that day. It's just that how a lot of people miss that if they wasn't, in the YouTube community like most of you guys are.
Hmm.
But that's all I want to say, because I ain't gonna get no hate on them. See.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of the COVID-19 virus, it did come out on social media. MC8 posted up a post saying that he had gotten it, and there was a photo of him in the hospital. It looked like in like a hospital bed or whatever. So hopefully he gets over it. He beats it. I think from what I'm hearing, 80% of people that get the virus will be able to beat it without hospitalization, but there's that 20%'s a big percent. So I don't know if you had any thoughts. I know MC8, he's got that one song that you love, the Straight Up Menace.
Yeah.
So
Straight Up Menace. Yeah, I heard about it, and well, people hit me up on email, and but you say 20%, like that wasn't nothing.
oh man, no, that's a lot.
That's a big number. Of 20% of 1 million people is 200,000.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's a lot of people.
Yeah.
And we got tested positive, or is it tested 1 million? I don't know if it's well, that may be not. Maybe I'm exaggerating. Maybe it's 1 million tested, not 1 million tested positive. But still, 20% is a big number wherever it's at. But yeah. But I know we over 1 million people tested just in the U.S. alone. So that's a big number.
Yeah.
That's a
Big number. Yeah, they're estimating 100 to 200,000 people could pass away in the U.S. alone once this is all said and done.
Well, that's what they're saying. 250,000 people. Which, as I remind everybody, that they also said that we're gonna get a big spike in death and a big spike in numbers for the next couple of weeks.
Right.
And then it's going to shift flatline,
Yeah.
or at least start going down because of the ability to test now.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
which is good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In California now, they just announced it, I believe it was yesterday or today, where now if you go out, they pretty much, not mandate, but it's super suggested that you wear a bandana or a scarf over your nose and face, but that you don't wear the masks, like the 3M masks, because those should be dedicated to the hospitals and the medical staff. But now they're advising anyone that goes out in public to wear a scarf or a bandana or something over your nose and mouth, which is kind of crazy. It's crazy, Reggie, walking into a grocery store or a convenience store with gloves on and a bandana over your nose and face because you feel like you're gonna rob the place, but it's totally normal now. Like that's just the norm. That's how it is. So it's so crazy to see that. But
yeah, we just had less than 15 minutes ago. We just had a guard come and escort inmate out, and he was dressed like that, and just to see him like that, it was crazy.
Yeah. And
then it was a Chinese guy that was in here about 3 or 4 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
That was walking around with a mask on. And I took offense to it, but I guess now it's kind of a norm for that to happen.
Yeah.
I heard that your boy got released from jail. The King Rat of the Year. 6'9" Takeshi, whatever his name is.
Takashi. Yep.
Takashi. So what's happening with that is they letting people out right now that have a medical condition, giving them compassionate release. And I always brag about how I have no health conditions, so I know I can't play that card. But what I believe what happened on him is he was already scheduled to get out, I think, August 1st, August 2nd. And they're giving people extra 3 months to 4 months of halfway house or home confinement. And that's why I said I possibly will be getting an extra 3 months, which my home confinement release date is not until October. But if I get the extra...
This call is from a federal prison.
If I get the extra 3 months, I should know by next week, then I should be, that's what I'm hoping to get out in August. So, say your prayers. Those of y'all want me to stay here, well, say your prayers too. It ain't doing nothing but helping me save money and and weight. so it's a good thing, bad thing if I get out or if I stay. So
if you go to a halfway house, what exactly is that? So, I mean, not like what are your restrictions? What can you do and what can't you do if you're in a halfway house as opposed to being on house arrest?
Halfway house, you can't drink or smoke. I don't do any of that, so that ain't a problem. Can't sleep at home with your wife. Once I'm busting, I don't care anyway. So I'll be able to see her in the daytime or
Mm-hmm.
whoever I choose to be with. um, so, but you got to go to work or act like you're looking for work. As we all know, I get a retirement check, so it's going to be interesting how they deal with that with me.
Mm-hmm.
And I do consulting work for E1.
Yep.
so, so I don't know if I want to play that card because they'd be like, okay, well then you don't need to go nowhere.
Yeah.
So it might be interesting. I'll have to get there to see how that happens. But you're able to go to work and you're able to go, barbershop and stuff like that when you don't have to be.
Okay.
Home confinement, you just got to be in by a certain time and
Okay.
certain days. They kind of know when you're leaving and when you're not. So they both are still like prison pretty much. But shit, right now is the best time to be on home confinement, right?
Yeah. Everybody's on home confinement right
Everybody.
now. Yeah.
So y'all pretty much know how that feels being on home confinement right now, which is probably hard for you guys because you're not mandated to do it, but you're doing it anyway.
Yeah.
And so I'm sure, but you get a little feeling of how it is being on home confinement halfway out. This is what you're going through currently.
Yeah.
Okay, I just want to clarify something I said, because I know people will tear me up in the comment section.
Okay.
I said I think 1 million confirmed or 1 million confirmed tests, but it's actually 1 million worldwide, over 1 million worldwide that's been confirmed with the virus.
Gotcha.
And in the 30,000 for deaths worldwide.
Okay.
U.S. is actually a little smaller. I just wanted to clear that. I think I said it like it was U.S.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. So this in the comments, this YouTuber asked. His name is Scuba Bro. I don't know. He said, "Can Reggie finally say who he thinks, and keyword is thinks, who he thinks helped Poochie that night, other than Teresa Swan?" Which I don't know if you want to speak on that, or if you even know, but that's just something they want us to talk about or discuss. So.
Spoke? You say spoke to? Spoke to Poochie?
No. Who he thinks helped Poochie that night.
Oh,
Yeah.
Teresa Swan. I don't even believe Teresa Swan helped.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
I don't even believe that. So, I have no idea. I believe he had a spotter.
Okay.
But I don't know who that would be. But in general, what I know about him, he's always been a loner.
Okay.
Even with the homies, they didn't even really you don't see too many people talking about him or mentioning him.
Yeah.
Yeah, they didn't really.
Okay.
I'm telling you, the purchase of that Impala and a shooting that I talked about, where he alleged his gun jammed. It caused a lot of problems with him and the homies. Plus, he didn't really grow up in the sandbox with us. He came from Kentucky or somewhere. Yeah. What I'm learning about guys from the streets is people that you grew up with, there's a lot more to you than people you just met.
Yeah. Okay, somebody says, ask him if Keefe D's claim is true that he shook hands with Suge in a video shoot after everything in Vegas happened. I don't know.
This call is from a federal prison.
Suge was sitting in jail with Darnell Brim and didn't even know who the hell he was until I pointed it out to him. That the guy was from Southside Compton Crips, one of the guys that got shot doing the back and forth shootings that went on in Compton. And so even saying that he saw Suge, I always tell you, Suge saw him. They made eye contact. I always say I don't believe Suge saw who it was. That I'm more than 99% sure that Suge didn't see the person. He just saw that they were probably male blacks. Other than that, I don't think he was able to identify them. I really believe that. I try to tell y'all all the time about Suge and his vision because of diabetes.
Mm-hmm.
It's just because how stuff happens so quick. On TV, we slow stuff down and we see everything, and so that's where we get most of our life experiences from is from TV.
Mm-hmm.
But my past profession and all, I know a lot of people don't see a lot that they think they saw.
Yeah.
It happens like that.
Okay.
So, now, if he did, I know he shook hands with Von Zip, and he didn't know who the hell Von Zip was until I pointed that one out.
Mm-hmm.
And he, I don't know. I can't say. But by that time, it was 7 years later.
Mm-hmm.
And so, if not even later. And, depending on how many people was with him. And I don't think she never really paid attention to who was in the car and all of this.
Mm-hmm.
They ain't never did that. They just stayed on the south side.
Yeah.
Maybe late, but she never got into She immediately had his own problems started occurring after all of that happened. He was still mourning Pac's death. Even though a war started, he still had his own things going on. So for him sitting down game planning who was involved and this person was about to attack this person and was about to get this person,
Mm-hmm.
that's all TV.
Okay.
All TV.
All right. When the war was going on, when Orlando came up to, work out the deal or discuss possibly doing a deal, testifying, was he apprehensive when he came up there because the war was going on and not sure if it was, not a setup, but just not unsure of if he should trust it or not?
I learned that later. Keith D. and Greg Kadings doing the investigation told me that they had us surrounded with a lot of people once they saw me, but it wasn't nobody but me and Norris Anderson and David Kenner that went up there.
Okay.
And so I don't know why they would have been feared, but they said that he was the only one in the attorney's office because that's the only one I talked to.
Mm-hmm.
But I later learned from Keith D. and from Greg Kadings that they had us kind of like surrounded just in case anything crazy happened.
Okay.
So, apparently so. But we met at his attorney's office.
Gotcha.
It wasn't at our office or anything. It was at Edie Fall's office.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. Somebody wants to know, all this stuff we've spoken on, so I'll put a link in the description to more discussion on this, but somebody wants to know if you can elaborate or explain more or give your theory, I should say, on what do you think happened with the Stretch situation in New York. I know you've touched on it briefly that you're not sure, but...
Yeah. I believe Knob, who's dead, I don't mind speaking on it,
Okay.
went out there. He's a Johnson. They call him Knob. He was actually Lil Knob because Big Knob's still alive. He's actually one of the guys that was on the videotape when Suge ran over the guy. He was actually one of the guys in that videotape.
Okay.
But his younger brother, Lil Knob, he went out there, met up with some guys, and they set up a drug deal.
Mm-hmm.
They killed him.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I believe 95% sure of that. Might even go a little higher.
Okay. And is that the same guy that when Tupac saw him, he gave him a big hug or whatever for the first time?
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
So one could potentially assume that Tupac was either knew about it or he was thankful that it went down. Possibly.
That would be my. That would be what I would believe. I don't know it. That is what I believe.
Somebody wants to know. Let's see. Ask Reggie about the mob pre-death row days. If you could speak to, just how much of a force it was, if it was that in the Compton area, and if death row elevated its presence, if that makes sense.
Well, to you guys, to internet people and stuff like that, it did. But that's why James would be so angry. That's exactly why James would be so angry.
Hmm.
because the mob was a set of their own prior to death row
Right.
and have done a lot. And death row gets the credit for it, or should get the credit for having a lot of influence over the mob. And uh, they believe there's other people that have done things to put the mob on the map. And things that went on in the city of Compton to make the mob get the rep that they had that went down that no one that worked at death row uh, really did. And so yeah, but you have to listen to James' interviews and maybe Biggie's interviews uh, that we did. Biggie's and James earlier interviews that we did on Bob first, one of the first one or two. I'm sure we got more in depth with that. But yeah, that what caused a lot of the friction with James. Because a lot of people believe that the mob was made death row, and they don't believe that.
Yeah. Yeah. And understandably so. If you were to get upset about that, if they were as big as they were, I guess they just weren't on like a global scale as far as rappers saying it. You know what I mean? I guess it was. I wouldn't even say it was Suge as much as Tupac and people putting it in songs, but I guess.
Why did we know Treetop Pyro?
Yeah.
Because of
Quick.
DJ Quick.
Yep.
And he probably ain't never listened to the great.
Yeah.
You know? But he talked about it, he rapped it. And, Chris Brown was Fruital Pyro.
Yeah.
You know he ain't never got no car and did nothing.
Right.
And so, yeah. So
Yeah.
that's where that come from. Our boy from Treetop now, one YG,
Mhm. Yeah.
You
Okay.
know.
There was a CD that came out. It was like a bootleg or whatever that came out, I think, many years ago. But it was from 2001, and that was the year that you left Death Row, right? 2001.
2002, but yeah.
2002. Okay. What it was a demo tape of Nipsey Hussle that was obtained at the auction for the Death Row stuff. Do you remember? Obviously, you guys got so many demos. I don't know if it's even possible, but do you remember um, uh, anyone with a Nipsey Hussle demo tape or him being around or in the early days before he really did anything?
No, not to my knowledge. I didn't hear of Nipsey until really a little bit before that movie when he played Snoop.
Mm-hmm.
He played the movie when he acted as Snoop Dogg. That's when I learned who Nipsey was. But whatever year they came out, so when I first heard of Nipsey. But we didn't have anything auctioned off. We didn't start losing anything until like 2003, 2004.
Right.
So Suge losing in his storage, nothing in storage or anything in 2001 or 2002. So
Yeah.
if anybody claiming that it was an auction in 2001 or something like that, that's just absolutely not true.
Yeah. No, it's not that. It was during when Wide Awake took it, and then they auctioned everything that was inside the storages and all that stuff. But I think the
Whatever.
CD had the year on it.
Stuff.
Yeah.
That would have been 2000. But I'm sure Nipsey gave Suge a demo.
Okay.
And gave him some. Suge's the biggest label, biggest person around.
Yeah.
You still want to get to him, even though, because Dre was bigger
Mm-hmm.
after 2002, 2003. And Snoop, he wasn't signing nobody.
This call is from a federal prison.
But Suge was approachable. I saw a picture with Suge and Nipsey together.
Yeah.
That was floated on the internet. And that had to be probably 2005, 2006.
Yeah.
That looked before Nipsey really took off.
Mm-hmm.
So and plus Suge and Big Draws, they still tight.
Okay.
They were real tight, like 2005, 2006, 2007 when Draws got out of prison. And so and he was managing him at that time.
Mm-hmm.
So I could see that happening. I want to speak on something too before we cut off.
Yeah.
The guy I always talked about that was Pat Johnson's right hand. The guy his name is Marvin Watkins. Marvin Watkins. He was an A&R guy. He was Mac 10's manager. He was Brian Turner's right hand over at Priority Records. As far as dealing with the streets, helped a lot of people out at Priority Records. Anybody ever heard of Marvin Watkins? Well, I heard he got killed. I don't know if it got a lot of beef or a lot of stuff out there about him. but he got killed in Pomona, California, in Rancho. Inside the gated community out in Rancho, not Rancho, Diamond, what is it? Diamond Ranch? What is it? Phillip Ranch. Phillip Ranch out in Pomona. And he got killed about a week ago. Want to give a shout out to him and his wife Mary, and tell them my prayers and thoughts are with them. But Marvin Watkins was a good dude. He was the guy that held Pat Johnson down the whole time he was in prison, looking out for him and stuff like that. I don't know what the circumstances, but he got shot in a gated community outside his house. Man, that's sad. Marvin was a great dude. Not a good dude, a great dude. But anybody that knew, he was always at Priority Records. Like he said, he was that PN manager and a couple other people that was around there during that time. He was real instrumental on that kid getting that deal that he got. He got all of that money from Brian Turner at Priority Records.
All right, to give you context, this is Fat Joe talking to Mike Tyson on Instagram Live, so you can hear what they say. Okay, you ready?
Okay.
All right. Were you able to hear that at all?
Yeah.
Okay. So, Gab did a post, and the question was, did Tyson say that Tupac's shooting was a setup? Which I think Mike Tyson. Yeah, you give me your interpretation first, and then we can talk about it.
Yeah. Well, just like an asshole, everybody has an opinion, and that's all it was, is his opinion. It's an uneducated opinion, which comes from a guy from the East Coast, which don't understand the game mentality. Mm-hmm. As I try to tell people, it was just as simple as a beat down, and no boys retaliated. The only thing he's right about is it was a planned attack, because even KPD said he thought he got a 2-for-1. Yeah. He was already offered $1 million.
This call is from a federal prison.
For Pac and Ship, and plus his nephew just got his ass whooped, which bring the game mentality part in, which was a crip by a bunch of Pyrus or Bloods. And so that's the only thing that was planned about it, was it made Keefy D said, okay, I'm not even just doing this for my nephew. I'm also going to get paid $1 million to do this, and I already agreed to do this. And so that's all it is. Anybody want to make another opinion or assumption, they're speaking out of their ass. Mm-hmm. And as we all do, we have an opinion, and it's an asshole. But you put 100 people, that knows what they're talking about, or knows the mentality of this gang banging culture, in a room. You never hear anybody from the West Coast, anybody that's in the gang banging mentality, that don't say that this was all about what Orlando and the Southside Complex did, what they were supposed to do, and the mob Pyrus and the Bloods was nothing. That's what they were all to. You ask anybody. Yeah. But I understand people from the East Coast and all of that, because they don't understand the mentality of gang banging. And I'm not saying they're not gangsters, right? Because they are. They just don't understand that red and blue. It don't make sense to them. That stuff do not make sense to people that's not affiliated. Now, I know since '95 it has grown, where gang members are all over the country. But Mike Tyson ain't around that circle. He ain't around no gang members. I only think Mike Tyson hang around blacks currently right now. He got white folks controlling him because he's on a lot of medication and stuff. Because of, taking too many shots to the head. So, yeah, that's my opinion on that.
Okay. All right. Let's see. Oh, somebody in the comments said something about the remarks that were made towards Sharitha. You were saying it in what I thought was a friendly, joking gesture, but I think some people took it the wrong way. So I don't know if you want to clear that up about Sharitha.
Oh, no.
Okay.
No, y'all got to understand, Sharitha back in the day was a ride or die. She done been in the car when Suge went and laid down and shot us some Great Street. She ain't gonna tell you about that, but shit, they got robbed doing a little deal one time, and Suge went and laid them down. And well, Sharitha ain't no punk. You know, she done been around some stuff, and that's all I was just saying is that when I said granny, the granny panties, because I'm saying she acting like a mom now, but she almost 50, so of course she gonna be that way. But I was just saying, take them off. So don't. Let's not always be. Let's not talk about this, or let's not say this, Reggie, or you shouldn't say this. It's like now people running their mouth saying, we can cap back. That's all I meant by that.
Gotcha.
And when I put your G-string on or your thong on or whatever I said, that's all I meant was, hey, let's put your boots on, be tough, be the old Sharitha. I'm in prison and I'm still gonna be Reggie. I keep telling y'all that. Y'all ain't gonna get no changed man just because I had to go sit down for a minute. I'm in here talking it.
Yeah.
That's me.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Ronnie Donahue said, hi, John. Hope Reggie's doing well in there. Can you please ask him his thoughts on why, and you've already talked about this, but I'm going to ask it again. Can you please ask Reggie his thoughts on why Trey didn't retaliate on Southside after the chain incident, but before the MGM? I guess we talked about it, but I'll let you talk about it.
Why didn't they retaliate? We don't know if they did or didn't.
Yeah.
We don't know if they did or didn't. But, I don't remember the distance or the dates. I don't know if it was a month or 2 months or what. But, man, we was out there getting money, traveling, doing stuff. And so it probably wasn't a big thing because they held on to that thing, to their chain. But it's always on between Bloods and Crips, our rules on site. And they recognized a Crip that had did something that was a violation, and he reacted. I mean, Bloods and Crips see each other all the time in clubs and stuff like that. But, they saw it. He in Trey mind, he was violated. Trey Minor was just telling people that there he is. Who knew that Tupac was going to take off like that? Who knew?
No.
I'm sure Trey played that back in his mind 100 times. I wish I wouldn't have did that, or I wish I would have. But you know what? I'm double talking now because as Trey told me and he corrected me, he said, Reg, I wasn't talking to Pop. And now I'm talking like the white folks and blamed us or trained us or Frank or whoever. Trey said I was talking to my big homies who was also standing in earshot away. And Pop was in earshot away and he took off. And so that's what Trey said, and that's what I got to believe. Yeah. Trey said, I was talking to my big homies, Neckbone and Buntree. And that's who I was talking to. Pop took off. So he's saying that whisper in the ear is bull. And that's what Trey said. Who are we to call him a lie? It ain't nothing on tape what whispered in his ear. We don't see it. So that's just people's speculation. So as long as that's what Trey's saying, that's what I'm going to stick by.
Okay. All right. And then Middletown Mike says, ask Reggie first.
What up, Middletown?
Yeah. He said, first ask Reggie how he's doing.
Hey, where that motherfucking Kenneth McLean at? I ain't heard
I
you
haven't
say
seen
nothing
him.
about him.
I have not seen Kenneth or heard from Kenneth in quite a while. Not even a comment on the board.
Him Supreme. Yeah. I guess we always said, all the listeners always tell me Kenneth McLean was the police. I better be careful. He was just trying to get information from me.
This call is from a federal prison.
You never know.
Kenneth, you wrapped up your investigation, Kenneth.
Hopefully he's just not tuning in and he doesn't have the coronavirus or something bad's happened to him. So you never
Kenneth,
know.
all right.
Yeah.
Well, Kenneth probably doing bad right now because, he's a personal trainer. But I know his wife does a good job, but he can't go work out. He can't work his people out.
Yeah.
But anyway, go ahead.
Okay, so Middletown Mike said, ask Reggie how prison life is treating him and ask him what his favorite food is inside. So they just want to know how you're doing, how you're getting by in there.
Yeah. Man, it's good, man. Life is good. I just lost 28 pounds. I haven't been working out as hard as I was when I first got in here, but I'm about to start back because I know I'm at least 3 to 4 months away from coming home. So I better get my ass in shape. But I lost 28 pounds. My arms still ain't tight. It's been all just cardio.
Mhm.
And so that's what's up with that. But my favorite food is they got a roast beef that they make.
Mhm.
And in the Feds, you eat good. John was surprised when I told him what time we eat. We eat
Yeah.
dinner at 3:30 p.m. So the meal times is 7 a.m. I never got up for a 7 a.m. meal yet.
Mhm.
I mean, we'd be up because you got to be up and then your greens and your uniform by 7:30 on the weekdays.
Okay.
But I never got up to eat breakfast. And then then you eat lunch at 10:30
Mhm.
a.m. And that's usually burgers and fries or pizza or my favorite meal is they do a chicken fried rice
Okay.
and they chop up some chickens
Mhm.
and some fried rice. That's pretty good. I done got into Millens. They give you a lot of Millens
Mhm.
and they don't give you too much beverages to drink. So I've been on water. I done cheated a little bit. I done drunk about 4, maybe 5, maybe 6 sodas. And
Mhm.
they just give Pepsi since I've been in here. And that's been almost, 5.5 months, 6
Yeah.
months.
It's not too
And
bad.
so I done drunk. So that's good for me.
Mhm.
Maybe I know I'm a soda I was drinking. Then we make some of that Crush or Sunkist sweetened already Kool-Aid where you just take and put it in the cup and
Mhm.
get some ice and pick it up. But I mainly just been on water. I
Okay.
drink Kool-Aid about once or twice a week. It ain't Kool-Aid or something else, but
Mhm.
And the thing I really done got into though
Mhm.
is peanut M&Ms they give us. We buy and some peanut clusters.
Okay.
That's what's been killing me. And Doritos.
Mhm.
So that's mainly what we eat at night to snack on.
Okay.
Popcorn and popcorn.
So food-wise, it's not too bad in there. Food-wise.
No, not at all.
Okay.
Not at all. You get 3 good meals. It's just the time of the day you get them. But
Mhm. Okay.
people that work in the kitchen, that's their hustle.
Yeah.
So you get as much as you want because they be getting food out the kitchen and
Mhm.
because of my family, Bone First Family, I'm able to buy whatever I need to buy and buy for people whatever I need to buy for them so I can eat good.
Nice.
So as long as our commissary is right, you can live good in this motherfucker.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay. So for as far as the Gangster Chronicles go, are those on hiatus for a little bit, or do you know when the next one's
I
gonna be?
haven't heard. Alex asked me to call in, and I tried to call him, and then we went on this lockdown, and
Mhm.
something happened where we didn't connect this week. And then I heard that James and Norman did some FaceTiming, or maybe it was
Okay.
Alex and Norman did some FaceTiming, or they did it that way.
Mhm.
So I'm sure I'll do a call in or something over there,
Okay.
probably this Wednesday night for a Thursday taping.
Okay.
If I would call them, they would, they always want me to call in
Right.
for 15 minutes at least. But man, that's the day that this stuff come on TV.
Yeah.
I'll be into my, let's see, I'm into that life like crazy, right?
Oh.
And then
Yeah.
50 Cent new show on ABC
Mhm.
called Life for Life.
Mhm.
And then watch a lot of, we got BET and Oprah Winfrey Network in
Okay.
there, so I watch the show Oval,
Mhm.
and we watch what's that other show? We watch a lot, of course, all the Tyler Perry movies, the haves and have-nots,
Mhm.
and Loving You Wrong, and of course the VH1 shows with all the Atlanta Housewives and stuff like that.
Mhm.
So I'll be getting front and center watching all of that because there's no NBA, no
Yeah.
basketball,
Yeah.
and so man, the days are going slower now than what they were.
I can
But when we
imagine.
had basketball going on and
Mhm.
during football season,
Yeah.
thought I was in heaven, John. Didn't have to deal with the wife talking, coming messing with me,
Mhm.
and it was cool. But now this time the fun is over. It's time to go home.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I put in some paperwork today
Nice.
about my achalasia and let them know how that's flaring back up.
Okay.
And they letting people out, man. They letting people out. So
Hopefully.
we'll see.
Yeah.
Don't be surprised if I'll be out here in the next week or two.
Man, that'll be a good
They
day.
let.
Oh. Okay. So that just dropped his call. Um.
Okay. Hey, I just want to also give some breaking news. I just found out from my wife today I don't know how he died. I hope it's not because of the COVID-19, but not sure. Y'all probably can pull it up on the internet. But just for those of you guys that don't know, I remember y'all used to ask me about Tweety Bird. Was one of the guys that was real instrumental, and I think he even was on the executive producer side of the album All in the Same Game from Compton. Lived around the corner from Easy Kelly Park. He died today. So Tweety Bird, executive producer on the album All in the Same Game, passed away today as well. So I just want to make sure I recorded that. And then also that fool, 6ix9ine Takeesh, or whatever his name is, we just found out that the reason why they let him go is because of asthma. They let people go left and right. Attorney General Barr gave a press release today, or order to all of his to BOP today. Today to start letting people go. So looking good.
Okay.
Should be getting out of here real soon.
Nice.
Definitely from the prison where the 4 people died. They got a prison. Oakendale or something like that, Oakendale or something like that, where 4 inmates died.
Damn.
So there should be some good things happening in the next 2 weeks. I think a lot of people get released from out here.
Yeah. How soon could you hear it? In 2 weeks? Or sooner?
Yeah, I mean, who knows?
Okay.
You never know, but I just, put out about 2 weeks because it takes them that time before they decide who will get released and, and who, what order, what months, what conditions, if it's people with medical conditions, if it's people with this, if they're rats, whoever, I don't know.
Gotcha.
So, we'll see. But it's mainly going to be definitely nonviolent crimes, and we all been there for nonviolent crimes, so
yeah,
we'll see what's going on. So if y'all hear anybody that they saying something about a person with less than 9 months left on his sentence, nonviolent, they gotta know I should be coming on real soon.
Yeah.
So y'all keep your eyes and ears open.
This call is from a federal prison.
For the haters, God loves you too. All right.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to report that.
Yeah.
All right.
All right,
Well,
cool. All right.
Peace out, all. All right.
But yeah, man, like you guys heard, so hopefully in a couple of weeks we will hear more from Reggie, and hopefully we'll be able to see him as well as hear him, and we won't have the 15-minute intervals. So I appreciate everybody that left a comment on that post asking me what to ask him. If you guys want to contribute or get your questions answered, be sure to leave a comment on this video, and I'll ask them on the next call. Or we maybe probably just start talking about a certain topic or current events. So we'll see. And it's not that we're running out of content. It's just a lot of the stuff we've covered before, and we don't want to keep repeating. So if you guys have a unique question or something that maybe you want us to elaborate on, or mainly him to elaborate on, leave it in the comments, and we'll get it. I'll ask him. So any donations you guys want to send, it will go to Reggie. All the information is in the description. So appreciate you guys. Thank you for watching. To all the subscribers, thank you for being subscribed. We recently went over 40,000, so I appreciate that. Moving, next big goal obviously is 50,000. So if you're not subscribed, hopefully you will. And if you want to contribute more, there's like a little membership thing you can sign up for, which will allow you to do a monthly little donation, and then you get extra bonuses like there's some concert footage and stuff from the Death Row days on there. But and that's only for certain members on a certain tier, but all that's in there too. So appreciate you guys watching this video. Hopefully it helped pass some of the time since we're all in lockdown, but we'll get through it. So we'll keep doing content as long as you guys keep tuning in. So appreciate you guys again. Thanks a lot. See ya.